Hey everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I went ahead and downloaded the 1.0.1 preview so I could get the X64 stuff going because I was at the memory limit. Things were crashing after one mission. It feels good now. I've seen it go over the 3.5. I have my memory unit thing, my Windows memory resource monitor open, and I've seen it go over the point where it would have crashed before. Everything works with the exception, in terms of my mods, everything works with the exception of the Outer Planets mod, but we're not going to be getting to those anytime soon, so hopefully by the time we are prepared to do those kind of deep space missions, the mod will be updated. I'm sure it will. So I've tested a little bit. The save seems to work. Things are stable in this pre-release, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now we have a lot of money. I've run a bunch of missions for tourists and stuff, so we have money that we need to spend. First thing I want to do is upgrade the airfield so it's a little less ridiculous trying to take off from it. What is this? 5% research. I'm going to do this because our reputation is increasing quickly enough. I feel fine about that. We can only have one strategy active anyway, so I guess that's all we'll do. What else did I want to do? We have a bunch of contracts that are active. Flyby Minmus, some satellite stuff. Some of these are historical missions. I mean, one of these, which one? This one, like, we could have already done a million times, but we'll do it again. Just because I don't remember those historic missions coming up before. Research and development time, though. So we have 146, which should be enough to purchase something useful in here. We got a bunch of container stuff. What is this? Not something we necessarily need right now. Docking, we're not really at a point where we need to be worrying about docking quite yet. Definitely don't need to be worrying about airload. Beer would be nice. No, we don't need that stuff either. There's nothing in there. What is this going to allow? Maneuver and translatron. Okay, well, that's pretty useful. We'll keep that one on the short list. RCS would be nice too. Looks like a bunch of air intakes and stuff. Antennas. I don't know. This is a little hard to know what to get on this level. Not that hard, maybe. Better fuel tanks would go a long way towards making life better. That's kind of the winner right now, I think. Ooh, Poodle engine. I love the Poodle engine. So yeah, we'll go with that. And the reason I wanted to upgrade the airfield was that we have a mission to fly a plane with a certain engine on it to a certain altitude. And I went ahead and built this. I call it the X2. It's kind of a wild design, but it seemed with my testing to fly pretty well. Spaceplane, what? I launched it before. How many parts does it have? 31 parts, so we gotta take one part off. What one part would I like to take off of it? Well, I guess the antenna is the only one part I can really take off, so ditch the antenna. Go ahead and launch this bad boy. I don't know, maybe it's because I simulated it, why it would let me fly. I did it on a different save, I don't know. So, let's go ahead and... did I make sure I have a pilot? Yeah, she's a pilot. Alright, let's go ahead and fire up the engine. So, this mission... where is it? Oh, this is going to be a lot nicer takeoff. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Well, I'm not even paying attention! I was paying attention to my menu stuff waiting to get up to speed, but we got up to speed pretty quick. So, it flies relatively stably. I know we need to gain a bunch of altitude here. In my testing, it was pretty maneuverable. Don't I have something about using this engine? Or did that one fail or something? I have no idea. I thought I had one for using this engine, but apparently I don't. Well, anyway, this plane works pretty well. We can get some decent climb out of it. I'm going to use this to explore some of the areas that are a little harder to get to. Let's turn on the precision control so it's a little less wonky, but it seems to be able to climb almost straight up at these lower altitudes. This engine is pretty impressive. I wonder why it took away my ability to test that. That's weird. But I guess we won't be doing this, so I will probably just go land this thing because there's really no point in flying it around if there's no mission. I have not been able to get my fancier mission tracker going here, so I'm stuck using the normal in-game one, which is actually fairly terrible, which I didn't really realize because I've been using the improved one. But I'm gonna just go fly around and explore and stuff, see how I like the 64-bitness. The performance seems so much better. Maybe I'll go on one of my polar flights I like to do. I don't know if this thing's got the range to do. Whoa, got a little over aggressive with that bank there, but it doesn't matter. This plane's pretty forgiving. So yeah, anyway, I will return in a little bit if anything interesting happens, or we'll probably go launch one of the satellites that it's wanting me to do for a mission. So alright, so I went ahead and purchased a couple astronauts. It's pretty expensive, but I'm gonna go and complete a pretty simple mission which just involves launching somebody into orbit of Kerbal for a little bit here. I'm gonna put one of my new pilots on this. It's a simple mission, and I'd like to level him up. So I think I've shown this launcher before. It's straightforward. I really wish I had my mission thing working better, but I don't. Oh, this thing's so annoying every single time. I have to close all these things. Go away. Okay, so we need to get up to a minimal altitude of 84K, which seems pretty darn doable. And everything looks good here. Staging looks more or less correct. Let's do this. I don't know why we're getting some pretty crappy frame rate on this ship. I do have some videos rendering in the background, but I don't know why they would affect this so badly. I've been playing with the video rendering and it hasn't really mattered, so don't know what's up with that. But anyway, unless anything goes terribly wrong, I'll just meet you up there in orbit. Alright, so we are finalizing our orbital burn here, and then I think it's just a matter of doing one full orbit and we can deorbit and complete another mission, get some science. We're much higher than we actually need to be, so yeah, we have to stay up here for an 2 hour, wait, what? Yeah, 2 hours and... Okay, the numbers are conflicting, but I think it's 2 Kerbal hours, which is actually only 22 minutes, is what I think it is. So, no big deal. I ran whatever scans we could. There's really not much science to be had up here, but whatever. Oh, actually, I have a contract for an ionization scan we can get done while we're up here, too. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I suppose, here. So, it looks like the ionization scan is going to take 22 minutes, and then the rest of the mission is for 2 hours. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so this guy's mission is complete. We're returning back to Kerbal. I am going to go to the vehicle assembly building and start working on something to complete our next mission. We're going to try to do a flyby of either the Mun or Minmus. I think I have one for maybe the Minmus first. I don't remember. But I'm going to go work on a vehicle and we will launch it momentarily. Alright, so I've done some fiddling and I think I have a vessel that is ready to attempt to go to do our flyby. Now, let's take a look. Ferry Taurus, Ferry Taurus, Ferry Taurus. Flyby Minmus. Flyby anywhere near Minmus. Now, I wonder if that would be achieved if we orbit Minmus also. Something to keep in mind, at least. So, let's go ahead and load up the vessel. I called it the Orbital Vehicle 1 Mark III. And I have this open because I had a different life support mod added for a little while. TAC life support apparently doesn't work with this. I tried out a different life support, but I didn't like it at all. Now, utility... probably throw some sort of life support on board just so it has it. Where are the TAC parts even in here? Well, I deleted the TAC parts, the specific TAC parts, because I don't like the ugly alkaline food bag. Okay. Can we... that takes up one of the universal storage thingies. I did not really plan for this. Well, I think... do I even have a TAC life support tip? No, there isn't. So I'm assuming that the life support's just not working right now, and that'll be something that we'll have to deal with at a later time. For some reason, I keep getting 2 of these Kerbal alarm clocks too, and it's really annoying me. I'm gonna have to look, make sure I didn't accidentally copy a file over twice or something. But we'll call that good. Go ahead and update the save. Who do we want to pilot this? Milmy? Sure. Sounds good to me. Now this probably could be it definitely could be an unmanned mission, but at the position that we're in here, basically we don't have a good way of dealing with unmanned missions right now. We don't have a good satellite system set up, so it doesn't make any sense. Oh crap, I just realized something. Well, we'll get this into orbit. I wanted to upgrade my tracking center so that we could do the conical things, because I'm not even bothering trying to match my inclination right now. We'll just deal with that as the moment arises. Get this on here. I should have enough fuel in here that we can do the inclination change and everything. I didn't feel like waiting for the right launch time, trying to calculate all that stuff, so we shall see, I suppose. We'll get into orbit, we'll check our Delta V remaining. Going pretty fast here. Alright, full thrust to the main engine. In fact, let's not go full thrust. Guess we won't be recovering that. I'm having a lot of problems with the part recovery stuff, and that's one of the things that has not been working the same. I think it has to do with reel shoots not being triggered correctly or something, because I used to be able to, if it just had a parachute on it, it would assume that the chute deployed and everything was fine, but that does not seem to be the case any longer. Well, this is a nasty gravity turn I'm doing, but those solid rocket boosters didn't leave me with a lot of options. And I didn't really want to start turning over while we were going that fast and dig through the whole atmosphere like that, because get shock heating on the way up wouldn't be fun. This is a very inefficient launch that I did. Oh well. It is what it is. Hopefully we'll have the fuel to make it out to Minmus. We need about 900 extra Delta V, I think, for that, and we'll be good. Where is my Delta V stat thingy? Vessel lift? No, Delta V stats, there it is. It's probably going to be a little on the tight side here, actually. Not super encouraging. Oh man, we're not even going to make orbit, I don't think. I'm getting close to my apoapse. That gravity turn was nasty stuff, man. I'm gonna be lucky to make orbit. I might need to relaunch this with a better flight profile. We got going way too fast too. I should probably turn the thrust down a little bit on those solid rocket boosters, because that was kind of crazy. Well, let's give it the beans now. Get as much thrust out of this stage as we can. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have it. Darn it. Screwed up the launch. Because we're going to have to make an inclination change too. Well, we'll cut here because we just need to get into orbit. Let's go ahead and follow the prograde marker. And we have quite a while till we get to where we want to be. Let's go ahead. This is why I missed the MechJeb autopilot thing too, because of the time warp. I'd rather just have it warp me there, because it's very time consuming. Yeah, so if this fails, because what I'll do is I'll go adjust the thrust on those parrot back. I think they're at 66%. Maybe bring it down to like 50%. And that would probably get us into a position where we would have a longer burn time on that, leave the main engine pretty much just off, and go from there. I do have fuel lines now, so I can do fancier staging and stuff, but we're not really worrying about that yet, because this is allegedly the simpler stuff. Well, all that was destroyed. Pretty much everything seems to be working correctly that I've experienced so far in this, even though it is everything is warning you that it could all just explode and die, but everything seems to be working right. It seems like I have less clouds than I used to. I could probably tweak that in the cloud settings or something, I don't know. I had the distant objects mod on, so it's easier to spot far away things, which is nice. And let's burn now. I went a little past apoapsis, but I don't want to just keep sending my Alright, we're in orbit, that's what matters. Give it a little bit more just for a little buffer. This thing is pretty well spent. What's left in it? 33. Well, let's burn up the 33. We'll need that energy for something, I'm sure. Alright, our first piece of space debris that we're going to be leaving behind. That's excellent. Alright, so now that we're up here in orbit, do I have a window here? Is anything warning me about life support? Well, we'll just keep an eye on that if it's actually taking any of the food or anything away. So, let's go. I'm going to quick save just because I still don't trust the game, because I'm used to it crashing on me every time I try to change screens and stuff because of the memory problems I was having. But it seems like that is a thing of the past. So let's go ahead and upgrade that so that we should be able to now track our visuals. What is this? That's this. What? No, that's something that we could go deal with, I guess. Whatever. Not the debris. I hate it when they're so close together. Why does it think I would want the debris? Debris off. There we go. Alright, so that's going to end this for today. I'm going to mess around with the maneuver and get it set up for next time. We'll do our flyby and all that stuff. Thanks for watching.